Hi Stampers, welcome to fancyforstampin.com. I'm Josie Caller. Boy, it's been a while since I've been here with you. It's been a busy last 2.5 months. I think the last time I posted a video was at the beginning of September, and then life started to happen. My daughter blessed me with my first grandchild on September 13th, and I've been driving to Denver more each week than I ever have in the 27 years that I've lived here in Colorado Springs. And in October then, my sister and mother and brother-in-law came to visit for a couple weeks, and then I was off to Salt Lake City last week for On Stage 2017, and that brings me to here the Friday before Thanksgiving, and I figured I should probably share what I've had planned for quite a while with you before the Christmas holidays arrive and you won't have time to make what I've created. So what I'm going to show you today is this mini photo album or mini album that I created using small book rings and envelopes. I'm going to show you how to construct the cover and decorate it, and then in another video I'm going to show you how I made the pages with medium whisper white envelopes and how I made the page inserts. That's the first page, and then the second page goes this way. Get back in there. There's this page with the reindeer. So you get the idea. Here's a pocket, little pocket. And this is the inside back cover. I didn't show you the inside front cover. There's a pocket here. So in this video, we're going to construct the cover both inside and out, and we're going to decorate the front. Okay, so let's get started. I used a piece of the 12 by 12 cardboard that comes in the back of a package of designer series paper to make the covers a little sturdier than just a piece of the DSP. So if you save those, which I think you should, everyone should, because you never know what you can do with them, you need to cut 2 5 by 6.5 inch pieces of that cardboard. And then to cover the outside, I use 2 5 by 6 pieces of Year of Cheer Specialty DSP. Okay, and then for the inside covers, you need 2 pieces of 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and for this one I'm using Berry Burst. In my sample I used Dapper Denim, but this one I'm making with Berry Burst. So these 2 pieces are 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then you need 2 pieces of, well, you need a piece of 2 1/4 by 6 1/2, 2 1/4 by 6 1/2 Berry Burst for the inside front cover, and a piece of 1 1/2 by 11 inch Berry Burst for the inside of the back cover. So let's start with the front. I use tear and tape because it's better adhesive than regular snail adhesive. So let me find the end here. We're going to run a piece of tear and tape around all 4 edges of our 5 by 6.5 inch cardstock. Okay, so we got that on one piece. I'll put it on the other piece as well. I'm putting it on the there are 2 sides to this. One side is shiny and one side is more of a matte finish. I'm attaching the tear and tape, or tape and tear, to the matte side. That's going to be, this is going to be where we attach the DSP to start decorating the cover. Is my big head getting in the way of the camera? I hope not. I want you to see more than just the back of my head. Okay, so now we're going to attach the DSP. And this is how I did it. You have to be really careful because you're going to want it to line up. I took the tape off of one, or the cover off the tape, on one narrow end. And then I stand them up like this and line them up. I put them on the table and line them up and attach. So there, that's perfect. It lines up perfectly. So then we'll go around and we'll take the backing off the other 4 sides. Okay, there we have one. We'll do the same thing here. Take it off, take the backing off one narrow end. Okay, there we have our front and our back cover. Okay, and then we need to poke holes. Okay, you need a 1-hole punch. Let me see if I can find my 1-hole punch. And what I did was I eyeballed it. Where is it? My 1-hole punch. Is this it? That's a little too big. How about, well, maybe this one. I eyeball it right in the middle. So since this is 6.5 inches wide, the middle is right about there at 3.5. So we're just going to go right in, about 1/4 inch, and punch. Okay, there's one hole, and then about 1/4 inch from the end, there's another hole, and 1/4 inch from the other end, there's another hole. And then to line this up with the back, I stack them, and then I just line up my punch with the holes that I've already punched. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So there, we've got the holes punched. The front and back cover made and the holes punched. Okay, so we're going to save this one for the front cover. And what we need to decorate, well, let's do the inside. We're not going to decorate it first. Inside front cover. So we've got the holes on the left. We're going to flip it over, and then I have a piece of 4¼ by 6¼ inch cardstock, and I'm just going to use snail adhesive to attach that right there to the inside of the front cover. Just like that. And if you noticed on my sample, we've got a little pocket here, so you can slide pictures or whatever you want in there. You need a piece of 2 1/4 by 6 1/2 inch cardstock and your 1-inch circle punch, and we're going to punch a half circle out of the middle of this, just like that. So you have this, and then we're going to use tear and tape to attach this to the edge of the cardstock. And the way I did that was I put a piece of tear tape down each narrow end along the edge. And then on the inside front cover, I run a piece of tear tape along the long edge. So let me see if I can salvage this, because it's stuck to my grid paper. It's a little unruly today. Right along the edge there. Okay, now we're going to adhere this side first. So we're going to do it just like we did when we attached the DSP to the front of the cover. Here, look. See how this will slide right in there? We're going to remove the backing from this piece of tear tape, and we are going to line it. Just line it up, getting it even with the edges. There we go. Okay, now we need to remove the backing on the sides. And attach. And attach, and there we have the inside of the front cover. So you'll be able to slide something in there, a picture or a note or a little souvenir. A medium-sized envelope would fit in there too. Okay? So there we have the outside and the inside of the front cover. So we'll set that to the side. Now we're going to do the inside of the back cover. So here are our holes that we punched. They're up there. I'm going to set that down. I have another piece of 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 inch cardstock. I'm going to attach that to the inside just like I did for the inside front with snail adhesive. Okay, so this will be this is the binding side, this is the open side. Now we're going to put a little strip of cardstock on there to create a band to hold whatever it is you might want to attach or add in there. So what we need to do is we need to score this 2 1/4 by, oh I'm sorry, it's not 2 1/4, it's 1 1/2 by 11 inches. We're going to score it at the 2 inch and at the 8 1/2 inch mark. So let me get my paper cutter, my scoring tool, and I'll open it up. We're going to score it at 8 1/2. And 2 inches. Okay? Oh, and then you just fold them under. Now it doesn't matter which end you put at the top and which end you put at the bottom. We're going to attach some tear and tape to either tab and adhere this band to the inside back cover so it fits evenly flush with each end, top and bottom. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, I got a little too much there. I need my scissors. You knew I would come back to my scissors for this tear and tape, right? I knew I would too. Wants to come unrolled. Okay, so we've got that on there. Let me trim it up a little. I don't like the way it looks when it's torn. I know you're not going to see it, but okay. So we'll remove the backing. Maybe we'll remove the backing. On one end, and then I'll just attach it flush with the edge. Oh, about a ½ inch in from the side that opens. Okay. And then we'll remove this. And we'll adhere that. Okay, so there we have the inside of the back cover. See how easy that is? We've got the front, we've got the back. They go together like that. We put our mini book rings in there, in the holes. I'll just put one in the middle for now. Okay, so there we've got the outer shell. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is decorate the front cover. And to do that, you will need 3 pieces of 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch cardstock. You need a piece of gold foil. These are for the banners, a piece of Berry Burst, and a piece of Whisper White, and those all 3 measure 3/4 by 3 3/4. You need a piece of 2 by 3 gold glimmer paper, a piece of 4.5 by 3 inch gold glimmer paper, and a piece of 4 by 3 Berry Burst cardstock. Okay. You'll also need the Star of Light stamp set. We're going to use the Merry Christmas sentiment from it. We're using the Santa Sleigh framelit dies, and we're using the stars from the mini treat bag thinlits. So, first thing we're going to do is stamp the Merry Christmas sentiment on our 3/4 by 3 3/4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. Going to stamp it in Berry Burst ink, and we want to put it over a little to the right. So there we go. That's all the stamping we need to do for this mini album. I'm going to set that off to the side. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to banner the end like so. that out of the way. Same piece with the gold foil. Same thing with the gold foil. Same piece with the gold foil. Sometimes I talk and I don't even know what the heck I'm saying. So anyway, so there, those are bannered. Now on this Berry Burst piece, we are going to use the Big Shot and the mini treat bag thinlet die. We're going to use this thinlet. It's the stars, and we're just going to put that on the Big Shot, center it on there, and cut them out, okay? Then we're going to cut these 3 pieces with the Santa sleigh. And let me find my Santa sleigh. We're going to cut the Christmas tree on this bigger piece of glimmer paper. We're going to cut the base of the sleigh out of the Berry Burst, and this top part of the sleigh out of the smaller piece of glimmer paper. Okay, so those are 4 things we need to cut on the Big Shot, and if you give me a moment, I'll go over to my Big Shot and I will do that. Okay, so I got all of my things cut out on the Big Shot, and what I'm going to start with is this banner. I'm just going to layer the 3 banners together, and I'm going to use my stapler and put 2 staples in them to hold them together, just like that. Next thing I'm going to do is add some dimensionals to the back of my Christmas tree and attach it to the front cover. Just like so. Pretty easy and straightforward. Sorry about that. As I was saying, I attached some dimensionals to the back of my Christmas tree and stuck them down to the front cover. Next thing I'm doing is putting a few dimensionals, or 1 dimensional actually, over the staples on the back of the banner and attaching that to the front cover, and dimensionals on the back of my Berry Burst sleigh, and I'll be attaching that to the bottom of the front cover. Like so. And then I'm going to use some glue dots to adhere the gold. And that's it for decorating the front cover.